hello, Sydney, for the 10 gifted subs, by the way. So it's a little opportunity, a little glimmer of hopium for you guys. Eventually, hopefully, by the end of this summer, if
love you at
Hasanabi. This is a time to be as serious as possible with following COVID guidelines and restrictions. And what I mean by that is, with all of these new strains coming that may or may not be eliminated by these vaccines, like maybe I'm trying to use the proper language here. I don't want to fuck it up. Because like a doctor actually reached out to me and was like correcting some of the things that I have said that I know that came across when I was talking about like Joe Rogan. It came across as though I was saying the opposite.
Well, we can't believe I've been here for 9 months now.
Like a PhD student, a PhD student doctor reached out to me where it made it seem as though I said that Trump didn't need a COVID vaccine despite having gotten sick before. I know that you still get the COVID vaccine and should get the COVID vaccine if you're eligible for it, despite whether or not you have it. But you will have the antibodies, is what I was simply stating, especially because you will have it for like, from what I understand, you will have it for at least, this is speculation. Everything I'm saying is pure speculation from scientists, but approximately 3 months. So it's still good to get it. Don't get me wrong. It's just that 3 to 6 months is the window for it, but you should still get it if you're eligible to get it regardless. Anyway, that was one thing. You should still get covered and get vaccinated. And also, there isn't a lot of information on whether or not the immunity lasts. The new variants, South Africa and Brazil, likely impact natural immunity as they impact vaccine-induced immunity as well. This emphasized the need for people who recovered to get vaccinated. That helps boost their antibody levels in case they get exposed to the virus again. Also, getting vaccinated will reduce symptoms to 0 if you encountered a virus. I did not say that. I didn't say it reduces it to 0. Or if I said that, then I misspoke. I have talked about this before. It doesn't reduce it to 0, but it eliminates some of the most significant consequences. The vaccine increases the likelihood that symptoms will be less severe and milder in comparison to what they would be without a vaccine. Exactly. While this may seem nitpicky, people may perceive the vaccine means that they won't get symptoms and they can go out and do whatever. This might lead to people spreading the virus asymptomatically, which is still technically possible in a vaccinated individual, as I've talked about before as well. So it's not like invincible. And I am still worried that people are going to inappropriately think that they're invincible because of this. But given how much this limits it, hopefully in the absence of new variants, we might have a return to normalcy with more individuals getting vaccinated. Would we be even at half of these vaccine numbers if Trump was still in office with a huge lack of plan he had for rollout? I can't speak on that. I don't know. Can you stop spreading bullshit? It's confirmed that it's longer than 8 months from all the long-term studies. ... Here we go. Here you go, brother. I hope you're happy. Anyway, transmission rates are highest in the 18 to 30-year-old demographic, so I care deeply about the quality of information stated on stream. If I can get scientifically validated information on your newsfeed. Okay, anyway, yeah. So shouts out the homozygote in the chat for making sure that there was clarity. Did you see the huge party that happened in Boulder, Colorado last weekend? They got tear gas for not following COVID measures. What the fuck? All right, let's
to finally see each other after a year apart. The CDC even saying vaccinated grandparents can visit with and hug family members that aren't vaccinated as long as they are not high risk for COVID.
We'll be able to see our...
I don't think it's stupid to vaccinate people that... I don't think it's stupid to vaccinate people that have gotten COVID. By the way, I don't think that it's stupid to do that. I don't believe that at all.
Grandbaby.
Good.
And actually hold her for the first time.
But when it comes to travel, the CDC saying not so fast.
In terms of travel, here's what we know. Every time that there's a surge in travel, we have a surge in cases in this country.
Cranium
This
check
as
logo.
concerns grow over spring breakers in places like Florida. Packed clubs in Fort Lauderdale, not a mask in sight. Meanwhile, Wyoming becoming the 6th state to announce they're lifting their mask mandate. 11 other states have no statewide mask rules, and 2 more are planning to lift mask mandates next month. And new concern as Texas prepares to lift its mask mandate and fully reopen this week. A new report finding the more contagious UK variant is widespread in Houston's wastewater. The city's chief medical officer saying it's actively spreading in our city.
Well, good thing that Texas has a really good measure for defeating COVID. So, it's great. In the fucking water, that's how they measure it. They look at the waste to figure out.
Alrighty, so
That's literally how they
Legal
measure the
marijuana
different
is
variants
nothing
and
but
like
free
how
tax
much
money. I don't
penetration different
understand
variant
why there's
or
not a
different
bigger
strain
portion.
has by measuring the strain in excrements in human feces. So it's not. It sounds weird, but that's how you do it. That's how they fucking figured it out as well. Originally, like the new strains. That's how they figured it out.
Legalize marinara Italian hands.
In sewage. Get it right. Yeah, that's what I said. Sewage, wastewater, same shit. Okay, let's go back to the Ben Shabibo point of view on reacting to the Meghan and Harry's wine fest. I already talked about this. I'm sure there will be a video of my perspective tomorrow or today on my YouTube. Let me see. Let me hit up my hold on.
Poggies.
All right, let's keep going.
let's actually get to what Meghan Markle and Prince Harry actually said, because I mean, what difficult lives they lead. It is one of the saddest stories I've ever heard. I mean, a
Love
prince
you, Pogo.
grew up a prince, was shielded from his own idiocy for literally years. Remember, Prince Harry was a guy who just back in 2005 dressed up in like a full-on Nazi uniform at a Halloween party. Right? So like Ralph Northam would just
5
never
months
happened,
Poggies.
right? It's pretty incredible how that guy is now Captain Woke. So that's exciting stuff. Repentance is possible, people. All you have to do is take your entire family and just toss them under the bus. And meanwhile, Meghan, what a victim. What a difficult life she has led. I can't speak enough about what a heroine she is. I mean,
I'm really confused by this because is he doing cancel culture on a guy who
Have
is
a
simply
great day,
expressing their
BBG.
freedom of speech? Like, very, very shocking to see Ben Shabibo get upset. I guess he prefers when people don't wear the Nazi outfits because then it's hypocritical of him to defend them. Maybe that's the reason. Like, he's like, hey guys, why are you giving the game away? I mean, obviously, if you don't wear the Nazi outfit, I can defend you if you say Nazi
No more
things. But if you wear the Nazi outfit, then, well, it's even my dumbass conservative fans are going to recognize that you might be, Nazi adjacent.
and just the amount of heroism that she displayed by going on Oprah and
Thanks for
ripping
the
on her
laughs.
in-laws family for fame and fortune. I mean, truly incredible stuff. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, so many tough things have happened to Meghan Markle. Like one time Kate Middleton taught her to curtsy. Or Prince Harry taught her to curtsy right before she met the Queen. It's just because she was an ignorant American, you see. And then she was ushered into the halls back. But then she saw the flaws in the royal family in a way no one else could, because she'd experienced American-style racism. So she was shocked to see it in the halls of royalty. That's it. By the way, Netflix movie coming out in a year. Watch. Starring them, probably. Right? Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she'll recast herself, but I don't know. Maybe she likes seeing herself on film. Who the hell knows? In any case, here she was explaining, the Prince Harry taught her to curtsy. She was just a little down-home girl from America, and she came in, and she had to learn the
Love you,
ways
babes.
of the
Virtual
royals,
virtual
but
hug.
only she.
I like that Ben is masking the experience that Meghan Markle had, which, by the way, at the same time, like, come on, yes, she's a fucking princess. Like, ultimately, it's literally winning the lottery. Okay, you won an incredible spawn point. If you are a royal family person, okay, there's obviously some setbacks. There are
months,
some
baby.
self-inflicted nerfs like Habsburg jaw, other like genetic problems that come along with centuries of inbreeding, but pretty significant socioeconomic upper hand that is unimaginable to many parts of the other world. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like your spawn point goes, like you got the best one. And same for Meghan Markle. Like, you're very attractive. You end up fucking marrying a royal. You're married into the royal family. So like, yeah, it's you're super lucky,
Thanks
right?
for all the entertainment.
But that doesn't change the reality that like all of those other incredibly lucky people are just like being racist to her. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, oh, sorry, you married into the royal family, so yeah, suck it up. You're gonna fucking experience racism. Like, it is a very weird position for Ben to take, because he's technically, supposedly, you know,
Newsday
the debate lord guy for the conservatives, who like to portray themselves as, you know, common folk, those who understand the plight of the average American and care about the average American. So I find it very odd that Ben Shabibo, as an American conservative, is going to engage in a defense of British royalty here and the royal family and monarchy, which is illiberal. It is the most illiberal thing you can do.
Hasanabi, did you see that NBA player Myers Leonard had a gamer moment earlier?
Okay, it is the most illiberal thing that you can do, is defend the royal family, but he's only doing it because it owns the libs. This goes back to, I have no personal politics. I just want to own the libs, which is, ironically, how you can categorize all reactionary politics. It is a reaction to progress and change. So that's what Ben is doing again, engaging in reactionary politics by not maintaining a consistent position on like royalty, monarchy, royal family, any of that sort of shit, and simply owning the libs. And anyone who owns is a lib, obviously, including the fucking prince, who is a lib, and Meghan Markle, who is a double lib because she was an actress in Hollywood. So that's one check mark for being a liberal, and black, half black, but still one check mark for being a liberal, obviously.
He was able to identify their deepest secret flaw. Racism.
Okay, I'm not watching this. No, I can't do it. That was... That was very strange. It's going to be... I'm just going to power through the cringe, okay? This is what no pussy does to a motherfucker. Like, literally, though. Like, this is... You want to know what no pussy does to a motherfucker? It's this. Like, people meme about it, but it is genuinely a problem. Okay? Catboy Shabibo.
Here we go, with Oprah.
Harry and I are in the car, and he says, okay, well, my grandmother's there, so you're going to meet her. Oh, great. I loved my grandmother. I used to take care of my grandmother. This is great. He goes, right, do you know how to curtsy? I said, what? He said, do you know how to curtsy? Now, I thought genuinely that was what happens outside.
Yeah.
I thought that was part of the fanfare. Or, I didn't think that.
Okay, this shit's like whatever, though. This isn't even like, this isn't the main point of view. I'm sure Ben is going to get to the racism in a second.
That's what happens.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Yeah, they're old people. They got like very weird random customs. Who gives a shit?
Inside. And I said, but it's your grandmother. He goes, it's the queen.
Wow.
And that was really the first moment that the penny dropped.
Oh my God. She never realized she was supposed to curtsy before the queen. So that's, well, what a difficult, I mean, how difficult must that have been to have to curtsy before the queen of...
Okay, no one gives a shit about this, right? I mean, this is precisely why I didn't talk about this part of the conversation at all, because this is like completely irrelevant. Like, using this, Ben Shapiro is talking about this and shitting on it because, like, who cares? Yeah, you fucking curtsy for the queen. That's just, it's shocking, but that's the entire purpose of this, like, interview, is like showing you an insider look, right? Into the royal family. Who gives a shit? But ultimately, this isn't the bread and butter or the meat of the interview. The interview's meat is the racist shit that was going on behind scenes. And the reason why Ben is like beefing up the argument here with this frivolous, ridiculous bullshit is so that he can make it seem like the things that she is complaining about are bullshit and they're ridiculous, and therefore the racist stuff is also ridiculous. Like, come on, she's like complaining about curtsying.
Of England? My God, how humiliating. You know, like every other human who curtsies before the Queen of England or bows before the Queen of England. Can't believe it. Just crazy. Crazy stuff. And that's when the penny dropped and she was about to learn of the predations of the royals. And by the way, it's not all on Meghan Markle. Harry's the actual villain of this piece. Okay, Harry grew up with these people, and now he's just dumping all over his entire family. Harry is a bag of garbage. Harry is terrible. Harry was Captain, I'm going to dress up however I want to dress up. I'm going to go to Las Vegas and get naked and smoke pot on the basis of my royal heritage. And then he's like, and you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to take my entire family.
Dude, he's such a nerd, dude. He's such like a villainous, annoying, petty, jealous nerd. How the fuck do people watch this guy and go, man, this is content, brother. I love this shit. Like, if you literally enjoy Ben Shapiro's content unironically and you watch him and you find him to be like funny or entertaining, you kind of suck, dude. I'm sorry. Like, you straight up fucking suck. Like, this is the guy you want to be like? It's so far. He's so lame. Like, Dexter's Laboratory, at least Dexter had like a personality. You know what I mean? There was redeeming qualities. Like, Ben Shapiro has none.
Just gonna drive up this bus over them.
Wow, the prince was smoking weed and he was being naked in Vegas. Like, no, you're right, dude. No one should do that.
Back up the bus.
You fucking gigantic dork.
Over them because my wife, who wants to be a famous actress and wasn't very good in Suits, now she wants it. So I'm gonna go right along. The real villain here is not even Meghan. Right? Meghan is whatever Meghan is. Harry is the one who's the villain. It's his family, right? So whatever I think of Meghan, I think twice as badly of Harry. Okay, so then Meghan Markle starts talking about how difficult. She starts talking about.
I like that maintaining this insane thing, such as the monarchy or the royal family, which many people fought and died to never have again, is not the main criticism that Ben Shapiro has. But the main criticism that he has is like, the worst thing that the prince has done was speak out against the royal family rather than the existence of the royal family itself. You're defending the royal family right now. Like, you're defending monarchy. You're defending not just like an American monarchy, which I'm sure Ben would love, by the way, let's be real, as long as they're like, you know, homophobic and shit. But as a libertarian, you are defending the British monarchy. The level of, like, I mean, this is peasant brain to the max, okay? You cannot have a more peasant-like approach to this situation than to defend the British royalty and the British monarchy. That's what I'm doing here as an American libertarian, by the way. Like, shut the fuck up.
How racist everyone was. And she relates a conversation in which apparently somebody asked how dark her son's skin would be. Now, this would be an excellent time for Oprah, being the interviewer, to ask, okay, can you name a name? I mean, that would be if someone says something as overtly racist as, how dark is your son's skin going to be? First of all, what kind of stupid, like, I'm just going to say it. I don't believe that happened. I don't think that happened. Honest to God, I don't.
Yeah, I can't believe that that happened. Pretty sure that Oprah already asked that question. Secondly, why can't you believe that happened when it happened in public too? Like, there were members of the literal fucking royal family that were straight up talking about how, like, Meghan Markle being black was a problem. Okay? The entire British newspaper industry, which is incredibly reactionary, shouts out to Rupert Murdoch, you fucking demon, literally would just plaster over and over again comparing Meghan Markle to Kate Middleton. Why the fuck do I know so much about this? This is so whack. But they constantly compared her to Kate Middleton and said, like, you know, she's unkempt. She's not good at, you know, she is not. They kept alluding to the fact that she's black and therefore she's not royalty material.
don't think it happened. The reason I don't think that happened is because no one says anything like that. That's a ridiculous question. How dark is your son's skin going to be? You're like, beyond, like...
Okay, great. So if it actually happened, then Ben agrees that it's pretty fucking ridiculous. So he's just choosing not to agree. He's choosing to not believe Meghan Markle's sentiment here. Well, there's plenty of evidence that the royal family has been racist outwardly. There's plenty of instances. Hold on, let's find some of these so we can show it. What was it? There was like a. I don't like the implication, so I don't think it happened. Well, if anyone thinks the Queen isn't racist, she's almost as old as Jim Crow. Yeah. The proper argument here is, the proper argument from a Ben Shabibo point of view is to say, well, of course the Queen is racist. She's been around for a very long time. She's very old. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're supposed to say. Like, you're supposed to... you're supposed to fucking say that, obviously she's going to be racist. I mean, some of these people have, like, actual relationships with the German royalty. A lot of these people are of German origin and German descent. There's a lot of inbreeding happening in the royal families in Europe for a very long time. It's a part of their culture. It's a part of what they do. So, of course, there's going to be racism. Obviously, not expecting a 100-year-old person to be racist is ridiculous. You know, it's like your grandpa saying something bad. All Germans are Nazis? No, that's not what I'm saying. But, I mean, brother, come on. In the early to mid 1930s, it wasn't just royalty and prime ministers who believed it was worth appeasing the rising Adolf Hitler. Here are 20 headlines comparing Meghan Markle to Kate Middleton that may show why she and Prince Harry left a royal life. Yeah, here. Not long ago, pregnant Kate tenderly cradles her baby bump. Why can't Meghan Markle keep her hands off her bump? Experts tackle a question that has got the nation talking. Is it pride, vanity, acting, or a new age bonding technique? I mean, this is not only fucking super misogynistic and ridiculous to be like, why aren't you fucking... Like, expecting to hide your baby bump is so psychotic to begin with. Kate's morning sickness cure, Prince William gifted an avocado for pregnant Duchess. Meghan Markle's beloved avocado linked to human rights abuse, drought, and millennial shame. Kate wins Granny War. Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will spend second private Christmas with the Middleton family rather than joining the Queen in Sandringham. Doesn't the Queen deserve better than this baffling festive absence? Richard Kay examines the impact of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's decision not to spend Christmas with the royal family. Kate and Wills Inc. Duke and Duchess secretly set up companies to protect their brand, just like the Beckhams. A right royal cash-in. How Prince Harry and Meghan Markle trademarked over 100 items from hoodies to socks 6 months before split with monarchy, with new empire worth up to 400 million. Stiff upper lip. Prince William blasts monarchy's stiff upper lip tradition to backs Harry's admission of his mental anguish after the death of Mother Diana. Prince Harry and Meghan ditched British stiff upper lip. Is this a good thing? Son, parents, and kids are torn. So... it's like, this is like, British tabloids are fucking dog shit. They're actually worse than American media, by the way. For those of you who don't know, it is surprising, but British media is so fucking insane. Like, they're absolutely psychopathic. And the royal family shit is an area where they are like really, really, really psychopathic. So yeah, they always, every single thing that they praised Kate Middleton for in the media, they shit on Meghan Markle for. There were also members of the royal family, if I can find it, that there were Queen Nazi salute film, Palace disappointed at use. Their royal highnesses. This is the media, not the family. No. Hold on. The media shit on them, but the family did as well. There were members of the family that would do a bunch of shit. I remember, because I just like remember fucking seeing it in the corner of my eye, I guess, when I was processing random ass information on the internet, and I hate that I fucking know about it. By the way, thank you. Death gets us all for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. there were members of the family that were also being racist towards Meghan Markle. But the hilarity here is to assume that, as I've said before, guys, they are the royal family, okay? They are the British Petroleum of racism. Like, I said this earlier, I gotta repeat myself. The royal family is the Apple iPhone of doing racism. The only reason why they exist or have power is literally because of colonialism, okay? Like, what are you talking about? To be surprised that they were racist when the bloodline was maintained by fucking one another, like inbreeding, to make sure that there was purity, is so insane. Of course they're fucking racist, dude. What are you talking about? Like, they literally fucked their cousins so that they could ensure that, you know, all of this power was kept within pure lineage and pure bloodlines. What the fuck? I am so confused that people are doing the surprise Pikachu face, that the fucking royal family is racist. Yeah, it's called selective breeding. Exactly. It's called selective breeding. Half of them were alive when they literally considered half the world their personal property. No shit, they're racist. LMAO. Yeah, like, I don't understand. I don't understand why people would fucking be like shocked. Oh, how dastardly that the royals are racist. What? What do you mean? I cannot believe it, says Ben Shabibo. All right, let's keep going.
The racism of it, the actual stupidity, like the human stupidity of having to ask that question.
Your ancestors were probably racist too. Of course they were, dog. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, my ancestors were fucking racist. And you can probably track down, you can trace down, if you have the capability to do so, you can probably trace down some evil motherfuckers in your lineage. The difference is, I'm not sitting here and like defending them right now, okay? If I had grandparents that were doing fucking racist shit, I wouldn't be like, well, you know, we need to defend that.
Do you not know what biracial children look like? Like, that's what? Because I don't believe this for a second, but here she is saying a thing I don't, plus she's maybe it's true and she's such a bad actress that I can't even tell that it's true. That's possible too. Here is Meghan Markle.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? Cut away to Oprah looking all shocked. Yeah. And of course she connects the fact that Harry, who is like ninth in line for the throne at this point, that Harry is not going to get the security and he's not going to get all this stuff. And again, I believe at this point they'd already decided they wanted to move to America. That was going to be the basis for. That was going to be the basis. It was all about skin color. Of course, it was all about the racism. Okay, so she continues along these lines, and then she says that she wanted to commit suicide, and the royal family would not get her the mental help that she required. Okay, now, again, I don't know the truth or falsehood of any of these statements. I do know that once you claim that you were suicidal, that you had suicidal ideation, then people generally should not question that. So I will assume that this is true. I also will assume that I have no idea what anybody else did around her because I don't think that she's a credible source about anything other than her own feelings. I think most people are credible sources on their own feelings, but people tend not to be credible sources when their self-interest is at stake. Here's Meghan Markle then trying to impute to the royal family a lack of care for her suicidal ideation, which is a hell of an accusation to make.
Look, I was really ashamed to say it at the time.
Like, you kind of admitted that. Okay, here are some facts, right? So we will never know. whether she's honest or not. But we can deduce here, right? Okay, one, Meghan Markle, awful actress, incapable of acting. Okay, she couldn't fucking act her way. She could not act to save her life. All right, come on, we've all watched Suits, so pretty much incapable of lying. Number two, the royal family being racist is perhaps the lightest fucking thing that you could say about the royal family. It's pretty obvious. Of course they're going to be racist. One, because they're 7 million years old, and two, because like they've done a lot of racist shit in the past. And lastly, it's kind of what the royal family is around for. Okay? Racist colonialism is literally the reason why they exist. So it's not all that shocking to assume that she is correct or not lying in this circumstance.
And ashamed to have to admit it to Harry, especially. Because I know how much loss he's suffered. But I knew that if I didn't say it, that I would do it. And I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
Okay, and then what she says is that she went to the institution and they were like, you can't get outside help because if you get outside help, then that is going to become a story in and of itself. Well, okay, first of all, Meghan Markle was a story from like the day that she joined the royal family because she started lecturing everybody inside the palace about race. I mean, she was in the tabloids every single day. So that's number one. Number two, if you think there aren't healthcare workers on staff at the palace, I have doubts. We'll get to more on this in just 1 second. First.
Oh my God, what the fuck is this, dude?
Because again, no names, no specifics. It is all these broad allegations that are being made. And in fact, post-interview, apparently Harry has now come out and says, you know who it wasn't? It wasn't Elizabeth and it wasn't Prince Philip. It wasn't any of the people who people actually care about from the royal family. But they won't name names. Okay, so this was pretty fun. At a certain point, Oprah actually asked Meghan if she left the royal family to brand build. And Meghan is like, no. Of course not. Here she was.
There are even stories that you knew all along that this was going to happen. You went through the whole process and it was all intentional to build your brand.
Can you imagine how little sense that makes? I left my career, my life. I left everything because I love him, right? And our plan was to do this forever. Yeah. Our plan for me, I mean, I wrote letters to his.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think Ben just wants to fuck Prince Harry. Like, I think Ben literally just personally is like jealous and upset that I can't believe Meghan Markle is being so ridiculous. If I were to be caressed gently in Prince Harry's arms, I would personally be so all right with all manner of different anti-Semitism that I would be subjected to. Do you understand? I mean, I like that. Here's what I think is funny, okay? This is just you being an asshole. Like, this is 14 minutes of Ben just being a fucking inconsiderate, rude douchebag, right? And because of the way that, like, ideological battle lines are drawn, being an inconsiderate fucking douchebag is seen as, like, the conservative position, and it's kind of cool that, like, you know, he's saying things that are really, things that other people are too afraid to say. Like, that's it. Like, that's just it. That's the fucking summarization of conservatism right here. It's just like, yes, this person who says that they wanted to commit suicide or had suicidal ideation is lying. They're lying about the racism. They're lying about everything. Lol. Like, that's it. That's all Ben is doing. He can try to code it with the intellectual patina of using a Harvard law graduate language. But ultimately, that's all he's doing, is just being a fucking asshole, right? Everything that she's saying is a lie. I don't care. Lol. Who cares? She's a liberal. Fuck the libs. Own the libs. Long live the queen. That's all he has done so far.
His family, when I got there, saying, I am dedicated to this. I'm here for you. Use me as you'd like. There was no guidance as well, right? There were certain things that you couldn't do, but unlike what you see in the movies, there's no class on how to speak, how to cross your legs, how to be royal. There's none of that training. That might exist for other members of the family. That was not something that was offered.
Okay. The beginning part of that. That's hysterically funny. I'm sorry. That's just from any angle. That is super funny. So Oprah's like, so did you join the royal family and then you knew that you were going to build your career that way? And she's like, can you imagine? I left my career as a second-rate actress in a third-tier part on Suits to be a princess, and somebody would suggest that I did that for career purposes? No, I did it because I love this dumbass over here. It's because I love the guy sitting next to me. This guy, right here. Prince Harry, Captain Lovable. Love that guy. I mean, I left a job on Suits. On Suits. Yeah, I'm sure it was all pure love. Listen, maybe they love each other.
What the fuck, dude? This is kind of gross, dude. Like, this is low-key kind of fucking gross. He's such a nerd. He's like, they don't love each other. They don't. It's just like, it's got to be projection, right? Like, he just thinks that people are incapable of making decisions like this because they like one another. Again, there is a more appropriate way of arguing this position. You could literally say something along the lines of like, well, him being a fucking prince probably factors into his development and the kind of person that he is. So obviously, like, it's hard to see like Prince Harry as something that is not a prince. So of course the fucking Duke and Duchess titles factor into it or something. But like the way he's talking about it is so sad. I don't understand it at all. I find it very weird. Like, hey, there was no love there. It was a loveless marriage. It's all because he's a prince. Okay, shut up. Shut up. I know it.
That's fine. Sure. All right. Sure. I'm sure career had nothing to do with that. Like, I'm sorry. I left my job on Suits, and you're suggesting that maybe becoming a princess was a career move? A little, I'm suggesting, because that is not a horizontal move right there. I'm sorry. When you think of like horizontal versus vertical career moves,
bro, he is such an incel, dude. You called his love for Harry is undeniable. Yeah, no, he is. I think he literally loves Prince Harry. Like, he wants to be Princess Shabibo real bad. Like, it honestly, unironically sounds like he's jealous. Like, why can't I do that? Why can't I marry a royal and get an upwards career move? Wait, your joke about Ben wanting to be caressed by Harry is a homophobic joke and a trope. You must know this. Yes, I am. Well, it's because I'm a homophobic person. I think that's why. And that's why I was making a homophobic joke. Because I was doing a, haha, it's funny because he's having gay sex type joke. And not because I'm saying that he legitimately seems fucking bent out of shape. Because, like, deep in his mind somewhere, he would love to be in that position. The hilarity comes from his jealousy, not that, haha, gay people aren't funny. PC police, wee woo, wee woo. Exactly. I love that. You guys got me. I was hiding it this entire time. Ben is literally the guy that thinks race and sex jokes are funny, and then the rest of the group looks at him like he's messed up.
Actress on Suits.
It was a bad joke. Just move on. Ugh. I get so. Some of you guys are so fucking annoying, dude. You're doing that thing again.
To princess. Right. Is that a horizontal move? I'm going to go no on that one. No. Okay, but again, Markle is not the actual villain of this piece. Meghan Markle is whatever Meghan Markle is. Okay, Prince Harry's the villain of the piece. He knows all the members of his family. He's the one who has decided that he is going to go along with whatever his wife wants to do here. And he's going to say terrible, terrible things about his family. And he's going to prove that he is morally superior to his family. So, for example, Prince Harry, he says that He is free. His brother and his father, they are trapped, but he is so free now. He's free like a bird, and he is free to speak about the evils of his own family. First of all, people who dump on their own families typically ask jackasses, like not good people. Here's Prince Harry. But I'm free. They're trapped. I'm here with you, Oprah, with you. Here's Prince Harry, who, again, worse than Meghan Markle.
Please explain how you, Prince Harry, raised in a palace, in a life of privilege, literally a prince, how you were trapped.
Just move on gets under my skin, man. I get you. Oh, dude, yeah, it's the most annoying. Like, you lost, hold this L. It is the woke scoldy version of just saying, hold this L, you fucking bitch. That's what it is. When people say, no, you were wrong, move on. Can you just move on, please? Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking move on. I'm gonna stay right on the subject.
Trapped within the system, like the rest of my family are. My father and my brother, they are trapped. They don't get to leave. And I have huge compassion for that.
Wow. I mean, they don't get to leave. They're trapped. But I am free here with you, Oprah. And you know, I got cut off from the royal fortune. I could only live on my mother's $25 million endowment. That's really what they said. $25 million. Okay, so there's an actual deeper underlying thing that's going on here, and that has to do with racism and colonialism. There's been this move in Britain to do sort of what you've seen in the United States, which is the entire history of Britain is about colonialism and racism and brutality, in the same way that the entire history of America is about racism and colonialism and brutality.
Dude, come on, dude. Are you fucking insane? You're really saying that the history of the royal family is not about racism and colonialism and brutality? Like at least with America, you could straight up say, and a lot of conservatives used to say this, that America escaped that, okay? That America was supposed to be a penal colony, and they fought back, and, you know, fuck the royalty, fuck the monarchy. That's why America is the land of freedom. That's what conservatives are supposed to say, and do say from time to time. But, like, defending America's white supremacy is the expectation that I have from conservatives. But then to take it one step further and be a fucking loyalist to the British crown in the United States of America is not what I would have expected conservatives to do.
Brutality, right? This is all tied in. And Prince Harry backs that to the hilt. So he starts talking about how...
Like, at this point, it's like nothing is racist. Slavery is not racist. I don't know why people are saying slavery is racist. Hypothetically, why would slavery be racist? Everyone did slavery. Like, that's the final point of this argument. Okay? That is the final point of this argument. It's like, if you don't think America has white supremacist underpinnings in its establishment, or that's one thing, which is still bad, okay, and false and ahistorical. But to say that the royal family does not have white supremacy and colonialism in its roots is insane, dude. What the fuck are they there for then? Like, where? This is the whole point of the royal family. You're supposed to be anti-royal family, Ben. You are a libertarian, supposedly. An American libertarian. What the fuck?
How he's done the work, right? Other members of the royal family, they didn't do the work. He says racism drove him out of Britain. It was the tabloids and their racism that drove him out of Britain. And then he says, quote, I've spent many years doing the work and doing my own learning, but then my upbringing and the system in which I was brought up and in which I've been exposed to, I wasn't aware of it to start with, but by God, it doesn't take very long to suddenly become aware of it. It takes living in her shoes for a day or those first 8 days to see where it was going to go and how far they were going to take it and get away with it. Yes. Now he's going to lecture the royal family on their race. Again, the only reason he's a relevant figure is because this is a relevant institution, but this is an attempt to tear down the institution. So let's be clear about what this is. Okay, at least by Prince Harry. And, you know, I think that Markle is just bringing American brand racial politics to Britain. And it's kind of an ugly sight. It is kind of, especially if you're not willing to name names, because let's be real about this. If somebody said that as an employee of the royal family and she named the name, they'd be fired. Right now, there's an investigation going on into Meghan Markle, right? Not into the royal family. It's going on into Meghan Markle and how she treated the employees and the staff over there.
What?
The reason this has some deeper significance, though, truly, is because what everybody recognizes that the British monarchy being essentially just a facade at this point, that it really doesn't have any institutional power. All it is just a face for the history of Britain. And when Harry and Meghan make the case that the British monarchy is rife with colonialism and racism, that they have not moved beyond any of that, that there is still...
The alternative is if the royal family... Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's the God's honest truth, okay? The alternative is if the royal family had embraced Meghan Markle across the board and was like celebrating her and saying like, we need more black queens or whatever the fuck, right? Ben would literally be ripping in to the monarchy aggressively. Like, this is liberalism. I mean, I thought liberals were against the monarchy. All of a sudden, they're for the monarchy now that there's a black female monarch. Like, you know that. You know that for a fucking fact. And that's because he holds 0 positions. The only position that he maintains is owning the fucking libs, and whatever he has decided is liberal. That's it. You're a black person, probably a liberal. You are, you're. There's no way that you can engage in cancel culture against them, and they're always doing cancel culture. Huge assumption. Okay. Sure. Well, you're right. It is an assumption, and I think it's correct. Shapiro will criticize Harry for going against his family, but also criticize for not outing the person. The decades of colonialism has plagued so many South Asian countries. Even to this day, the world would be so much different if these people didn't exist. Yeah.
Still, this deep systemic racism that is inherent in the most beloved part of the British government, namely the figurehead. What they're really saying is that all of British history and really British society is infused with the same sort of systemic racism they accuse America of having as well. That's what this is all about. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Ben Shapiro.
Was there like a black monarch in Bridgerton? Maybe we can like actually put this to a test. Was there someone was talking about Bridgerton and shit. Like, was there like actually a black monarch or something? In well, what the fuck's going on? Twitch is down again. Did you hear about All Gas No Brakes? Yeah, I saw Andrew post about it. I just texted him. I'll find out what the fuck's going on. I just texted him to see what the deal is. Show banned the recent article about James McLean. What? God, conservatives are so fucking unbearable. The royal family are useless waste of tax money. I agree. Okay, we're going to watch the John Oliver unemployment special on last week tonight. Dude, oh my God. Honestly, the fucking Britbonger frogs are eating good today, dude. I've basically served you bean and toast for the past 2 days. Like, I've been serving you bean and toast. I've been serving you like kidney porridge or whatever the fuck you sick freaks eat. You know what I mean? You're getting bangers and mash. You're getting eel. You're getting fish and chips. You're getting eel, bruv. Eel sandwiches. Black pudding. Yeah, black pudding. Yeah. Blood sausage, bruv. Cheerio. We're getting fucking so much British content, bruv. A single bean on toast. Bean and toast? It's beans on toast, mate. All right. So, in order to balance this really quickly, okay, because there's too much pro-British posy messages coming out right now. I need to balance it right now. Okay, hold on a second. It's top of the hour every hour, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and NBs. And what that means, it's time for a 60-second ad break, all right? Now, if you'd like an ad-free broadcasting experience, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5, or you can do it for free. How can you do it for free, Donnie? Well, you can do it for free by subscribing with your Amazon Prime account. You get one free Amazon Prime subscription in the form of a Twitch Prime every month. And you can use it on your favorite streamer, your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully it's me. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite fucking streamer. Here's the fucking ad break now. Give Northern Ireland back, Pogo. I think a lot of people, I wonder if I've attracted a different audience for this right now. So like, there's some people who are like, what the fuck? I can't believe this. This is actually Anglophobia. My cashier at Wendy's was from Ireland. Loves. Anyway. All gas, no brakes is over. Guys, I know. I saw. Anglophobic, that's a thing. Yeah, the same group that interviewed, or the same group that investigated the Labour Party also wrote a report, because they're fucking conservative dipshits, also wrote a report once about Anglophobia in Scottish and Welsh institutions, about how they were too aggressive towards the English in their teachings. In Scottish institutions of higher learning, they were being too fucking negative towards too negative towards the English. It is literally the equivalent of like a reactionary dumbass fucking Republican funding a think tank that writes a report on like white people in America being the real victims of racism, anti-white racism, or heterophobia, even funnier. The greatest thing that Thatcher sis did was die. Right. Anyway. Yes, I've already covered the 6 days in Fallujah shit being ridiculous. All Gas No Brakes' Instagram is talking about how they are branching out and going international. But Andrew, the creator of All Gas No Brakes, along with his friends, posted on his personal account that none of the All Gas No Brakes properties are owned by him anymore. I don't know why. I texted him to see what the fuck's going on. Okay? And I'll get back to you when I figure it out. Ilhan Omar supports the PRO Act, says, I rise in solidarity with the 5,800 mostly black workers in Alabama who are currently fighting one of the most predatory corporations of the world, Amazon, to form a union. Here it is. Even the Bessemer, Alabama union leaders have talked about how Joe Biden talking supportively or positively about the efforts there has been gigantic, a huge help. Now, I don't know if he will follow through or end up fucking shit. Hold on, sorry. End up giving up or caving on the PRO Act. We shall see what happens there. With the $15 minimum wage, but here it is.
Gentlelady from Minnesota, Ms. Omar.
The gentlewoman from Minnesota is recognized for 1.5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman.
For those of you who don't know, the PRO Act is to rewrite labor laws in defense of unions and strengthen unions. It's similar to the Obama era promise of card check that never followed, that never came through. So, but it has things such as that within it. I don't know if that will work. It passed the House back in February. We shall see what happens in the Senate.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in solidarity with labor unions who, throughout history, have fought the greed of their bosses and corporations in order to have a better life. I rise in solidarity with workers in Marathon Petroleum Plant in Minnesota who are striking for safer working conditions, and with the workers at the Minneapolis Institute of Art, Walker Art Center, and many more workplaces who have recently unionized in my district. I rise in solidarity with the 5,800 mostly black workers in Alabama who are currently fighting one of the most predatory corporations in the world, Amazon, to form a union. Labor unions have been the driving force for all positive change for workers in modern history. As a former union member myself, I can attest to the power that workers wield when they exercise their right to organize. That's why we need the PRO Act and why we must pass it this week and pressure the Senate to do the same. The PRO Act puts power back where it belongs, in the hands of workers. Thank you, and I yield back. I ask for unanimous consent to submit a letter from the National Nurses Union.
Without objection. The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from Virginia.
Amazing. Amazon. Okay. Here, I'll give you some more info on this. Okay. One of the most significant bills to strengthen workers' abilities to organize in the past 80 years passed the House on Thursday. Latest sign of momentum for the labor movement. This was back in February. Protecting the Right to Organize Act of 2019, known as the PRO Act, would amend some of the country's decades-old labor laws to give workers more power during disputes at work. Add penalties for companies that retaliate against workers who organize, and grant some hundreds of thousands of workers collective bargaining rights that they currently do not have. It would also weaken the right to work laws in 27 states that allow employees to forego participating in and paying dues to unions. Yes, I pee quickly because I push it out as quickly as I can because I don't want to miss out on anything. The House passed the bill with a vote of 224 to 194, mostly along party lines, and the bill is unlikely to be taken up by the GOP-controlled Senate, as Republicans and business groups have argued forcefully against it, saying it would hurt employees. But that situation is different. Wait, where is this from? The Republican GOP-controlled Senate. Well, the situation is different now, so there is an opportunity, but it doesn't matter, especially because Republicans and even some Democrats are probably not going to. They are not going to pass this. Your urethra getting shredded. This is one of many fucking bills that is really good overall. Is a part of the Biden campaign promises that most likely not going to pass in the Senate because you need a filibuster-proof majority there. That shouldn't stop Democrats from pushing for it regardless, and that they should absolutely force Republicans to take a position in the public record. Okay, they should force Republicans to take a position in the public record against unions, so they can, at the very fucking least, have good opportunities to shit and slam dunk back into the fucking Republican throats, jam back into the Republican throats whenever they try to act like they are pro-labor unions. It's fucking bullshit that Ted Cruz and others like that try to operate in a way where they make it seem as though they are the pro-union party and the Democrats are not pro-labor rights and pro-workers. It's worth noting, filibuster reform is in the talks. Even Manchin is for reform. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, so here's a Twitch-related news. Heat Center Myers Leonard used an anti-Semitic slur while streaming on Twitch. What the fuck did he say? Am I allowed to watch this? I don't even know if I'm.
Let's go, baby.
Fucking cowards.
What is he gonna say? I don't want to watch this. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna watch it without audio, okay? Hold on a moment. You know, you don't really hear that a lot. Interesting. Interesting choice. Yeah, welcoming Heat Center Myers Leonard to the Gamer Caucus. Yeah, that's a rare one. It's like a rare Pokemon card. But also at the same time, it's pretty obvious that he said it, especially considering the fact that he charged it up. Like, he literally you can see it. If you watch the video, you can see him charging it up in his mind. He's like, what slur should I use here